What's up, guys? It's your boy Beatty, back again with another episode of Real Muscle Podcast. Today, Big Mike couldn't make it today, even though me and Henry are the actual the hosts. I kind of like having Big Mike on as well, right? How you feel about that?
Yeah. Mike's cool. Yeah,
I might have him as the host as well, as the co-host as well. But yeah, we got Hen Jack today. How you feeling, Hen Jack?
feeling good, man. A lot of people don't know, but me and my lady, we got married yesterday.
Yep. So
We literally just decided to do this last week. So
elope action. You elope.
We were engaged a long time ago.
What'd you say?
You guys eloped. You guys ran away and got
No, man. No, because everybody was involved. So this is what we did.
We got engaged last year.
Yeah, we got engaged last year. But what we did was my parents live in Georgia. They're just like 5 hours away.
Yeah.
So they came up, my sister came up, two of her best friends came up. But what we did, everybody else, we had them on Zoom and Skype, and they still got the witnesses. So yeah, it wasn't an elopement, everybody knew. So yeah, it worked out. It was just few select close people there, and we just close people got to witness it, and we just posted it.
We were planning for the big wedding later this year.
Okay.
But yeah, what originally happened was we were planning for the bigger wedding later this year in November, and but of course the pandemic, had us thinking, and we're like, hey, you know what, let's just get it done now. And 3 years ago, I gave her another ring like last April. 3 years ago on April 21st.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy, man. All the timing was still perfect, and it worked out, man. So we both had fun. We both enjoyed it. I was happy to see my family and friends. I haven't seen them in almost 2 years, so
I was thinking about that, but when I seen the post, I'm like, wait, during like the pandemic, how does that work? Like, is it gonna be just y'all, or what I'm saying? I don't even know like the law, like how much people you could actually have at the wedding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is there some kind of restriction of how much people you can have, or it depends?
Yeah, there is some type of restriction. I don't know the exact number, but I think we had maybe like, I'm trying to think, like 6 to 8 people there, plus the photographer and us. So it wasn't a lot of people. Later on, we gathered at one of Leah's friends' house. We ate, we had fun, just talked and everything. So it was cool, man.
Are you or Leah into like really big fancy weddings, or not really?
No, well, Leah thought she was, but then, we started thinking about, money and, just being able to just like go into debt, over the wedding and everything. And plus it was a lot of stress on her, planning, because she just started a job out in Charleston and everything. So it was very stressful trying to plan, focus on work and save the money. So we just figured,
The hard part was finding a man and a woman. We already found each other.
Yeah. You heard her?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so.
A lot of people have the whole thing planned out, but they don't actually have nobody to marry, right?
Right. So it was a lot of things we were worried about that we just focused on what was important, and we got it done. So
I feel like my girl is gonna want something so fancy, like to the point that it's just gonna stress her out. Like it's like she does it with her own birthdays, right?
Yeah.
She wants it to be so great that there's so much pressure on it that if it's any less, it kind of stresses her out. So that's gonna be it's gonna be crazy when that happens. So
Pool and spades all night.
Yeah. I liked it though, man. Even though we decided to do it a week ago, later after the ceremony was done, we went to her friend's house. We played pool, spades, and just had a bunch of laughs. Leah passed out on the couch, fell asleep. But no, man, for real, it was good times. But honestly, even though we did it small scale, like there was still like some elements of stress and just running around. Like the area that we picked to do it at, like some construction guys kicked us out at first. So we had to talk to them to like convince us to let us back into the property. And it was just crazy stuff. You know, we had to leave our apartment door unlocked because right now we only got one key.
Uh-huh.
Liv took the key with her.
Oh,
and
okay.
man, we was just all over. We forgot drinks, so when we got to her friend's house, we had to run back to the store and get drinks. And it was some chaotic moments, but I can only imagine full scale when like you got 1,000 things going on, you know.
Yeah.
So
I think there's no way around the stress when it comes to something like that big. Even if it's small, it's still gonna be big. You know what I'm saying? You know, and
right.
like when you have the big one, when you have like all the family members and stuff, you know, it's always gonna be some kind of drama is gonna happen. So it's hopefully nothing too big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. With a moment that big in life, it's bound to be some stresses.
Gotta be something.
Good point.
I already know, like, if my mom is there, she's gonna be trying to do too much. Like, oh, let me see the dress, do this, you know, put this like this. She gonna try to do. So I'm gonna have to hire like some kind of security to keep her away from me.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah. So basically, this episode, I'm gonna have my boy Big John on. He's gonna talk about his whole experience. So with this episode, we're gonna be able to say coronavirus because we're not gonna get paid for this episode regardless. Like, just
okay.
Enough like that. So I don't mind for this episode. So we could go ahead and let the C word fly for this one. But yeah, he had it. All I know is that I haven't asked him questions in depth. I just made sure he was good. Like, yo, you good? That's it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really know exactly how bad it was. I'm assuming it was bad because I seen him. He had the mask on. His eyes were all swollen and stuff. And he's a big dude, so you know it's already hard to breathe when you're like he was like 330 and he's like 5'10". So you could he's a powerlifter. You could imagine it's already hard to breathe at that point. So on top of it, I'm sure it wasn't fun. I'm sure it wasn't fun, but yeah, I'm gonna send him the link right now. So I'm gonna join. Yeah, so he's from Brooklyn cat. I think he's Puerto Rican or Dominican. I'm gonna ask him one another, but yeah, he's cool cat.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, I just want to ask him some of the questions that a lot of people are probably thinking. You know, I should have put like a question stick on my Instagram to see what people want to know. I want to know like when did you start feeling like okay, this is serious? Like first of all, when did you first feel sick? Okay, how long did it take for it to go from like a little bit of symptoms to being like things like that? You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, ask him like the timeline, like you know how you felt when he had it, full blown. You know.
Exactly.
His friends are powerlifting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
To be honest, you're living in New York. There's no way to not get it. Think about it. You have all these people. Like, imagine how big LA is and how small New York is, and you have the same amount of people.
Right.
And everybody takes the transit systems. Like, you're not going to be driving for 5 hours just to go 2 miles. So everybody's in a if you knew how crowded these trains get, you shoulder to shoulder, people pushing you. People walk downtown, it's literally shoulder to shoulder all the time. Like, you're gonna get sick, man. It's like New York is not the place to be for something like this. He's about to jump on now.
Okay. But yeah, New York, man, like you said, at the time, like before they shut everything down, like you said, I don't see how it wasn't. Like you said, it's impossible not to come in contact with somebody that probably had it, you know.
At some point. So, yo, can you hear me, John? Yo.
All right, there it is.
Yo, you can hear me?
Yo, man. Yeah.
What's good, bro? This is my boy, John. John, this is Henry.
What's up, John? What's up, bro?
How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, a lot better now.
Are you like 100% yet or no?
Nah, you know what? Like I tried just like some light workout, just like some push-ups and stuff. And then like a week later, like what my friend used, it's like I started getting pushback, like the chest pains came back.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're not completely like in the clear yet. You still gotta
try. Like, no, like literally everything else is fine. It's just like if I try anything like strenuous, like the chest pains come back.
Oh wow, that's crazy. So just to explain to the viewers a little bit, this is my boy John from Brooklyn. When I used to live in New York, I met him at the gym. I remember I just seen this dude like big as fuck squatting like just repping like I think it was 5 or 6 plates easy. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I told him, he told me he was powerlifting stuff. I'm like, okay, I could see that. At that time, we was training at Retro Fitness. That was the same gym Kai Green was training at too. So it would be Kai looking like a house, and it would be him looking like a house. And I'd be like, holy shit. Yeah. So basically, you contracted the COVID-19, right? Or however you call it. I just want to ask you some questions. I want to know what the experience was like before, middle, after, how long it kind of took for it to, from you first feeling the symptoms all the way on, et cetera. And Henry's going to have some questions too as well. So take us from the beginning. Like, when did you first feel the first symptoms? And did you know it was serious right away? Or did you assume it was just like a regular head cold or something like that?
Yeah, I thought it was regular cold. So like like the shutdown for us was the 20th, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And at that time, all I had was like once in a while I needed to clear my throat. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was all I had. So I'm like, that's nothing.
Yeah.
But that same week, like it just started getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
So it just went from like, clearing my throat to then the coughing started. And I thought that was good because I was coughing up the cold. So I'm like, okay, that's my body trying to get rid of all the mucus and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, but then that phase just kept going. It literally kept getting like stronger for like the next 4 days. And I'm like,
really?
That's not normal, like.
I'll be honest with you, like I've been like me and my girl both been clearing our throat and coughing for like a month now, to be honest with you. So hopefully that's so long that it's probably not gonna change. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's kind of scary because I feel like a lot of people get that itchy throat every once in a while and stuff. So that's kind of
I was literally spitting in a bag for like 4 days.
Oh no, I haven't had that. I haven't had that part. Okay.
Yeah, like because it's just that much mucus coming up like every couple of minutes. It's a cough.
At that point, did you feel like, okay, this is probably bad?
I mean, like I knew it was weird because then I don't know if you remember this old cold medicine that was real strong. It was called Buckley's.
Buckley's?
Yeah, Buckley's.
Nah, I never tried that one. Buckley's.
Oh, that was like one of the strongest cold medicines, and then they kind of got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
You
found it?
Yeah, like my mom found it. Like you get it from Canada, so you got to pay like $25 for it.
Okay.
So basically, if that doesn't help you, then it's over. Like anybody who's listening who from from Brooklyn and all that and got Caribbean parents, like about Buckley's.
Yeah. Okay, so I've heard on the internet, and the internet could be, you never know the info you get. I heard a lot of people get like bad fevers and they get like diarrhea and stuff. Like, did you experience any diarrhea or like getting hot and cold flashes?
No, like I mean, I always had my fan on, but I didn't experience no fever until I went into the hospital.
Okay.
But at that point, I was still getting worse. So, but it wasn't like a high fever. Just like I was probably like between 99 to 100.
Okay. So from the itchy throat, coughs, spitting in bag, what's the next thing that you started?
The next thing was the big one, was the shortness of breath.
Ooh. And being big and having shortness of breath is not a good combination either.
Yeah, and then also like the other symptoms like a sore throat, so I wasn't eating at all.
Oh, okay, so you probably started losing weight already by that time.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, like, fast forward right now, I've lost like 25 pounds.
So how much you weigh now?
Wow.
I mean, the good thing is that I was probably like at 301.
Okay.
So I'm down to like 280 something right now. So I'm still okay with that,
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I had no appetite. Like the coughing was so consistent that I was scared. Like, yo, it don't make no sense eating because I'm gonna just cough it right up anyway.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
I'm like, yo, there's no way I could finish a plate of food without like coughing every couple of seconds. So I was just drinking protein shakes, man.
At this
And
time, you already you couldn't work out because the gyms were already closed, right?
yeah, gyms were closed, and like I didn't even feel like doing any home workouts at all
Yeah.
at that point.
Mhm.
And then when I know it started getting bad is like when I'm going to the fridge just to get some water,
You gotta
and then
go.
I realized that I naturally started pouring the water faster and like running back to my room just so I could sit down
Wow,
because standing up was just too much.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
And then even eventually that got worse because then like I still just to go to the bathroom, I'm taking a piss, and
Mhm.
after I'm done, I'm like I realized that I started leaning on the wall, trying to like catch my breath.
Mhm. Yeah. That-
And
That's not good. That's not good.
yeah, and then the last straw was when I had to get in, and then I literally back down, and I'm like I can't even make it to the bathroom right now.
Mhm.
And it was a lucky thing. I had like an empty protein bucket right there.
Huh?
Right, I ended up going right there, man.
Damn.
So once that happened, I was like, yo, listen, I told myself, I was like, yo, if I can't even do basic stuff,
Mhm.
like go to the bathroom on my own,
Mhm.
it's time to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Hey, so real quick, like, what was the time span like between you having to clear your throat a lot to like coughing and being short of breath? Like, was that like a week, 2 weeks?
It was a week.
Oh, all that
Uh,
happened within a week? Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
like the
That's,
shutdown was the 20th, and by the 27th, I was in the hospital.
oh, okay.
Man.
And okay, so you get to the hospital. What's the experience like? They had you waiting for five because I know how New York is. They had you waiting for like 5 hours, or they kind of took it serious. Or,
It was I literally had about like a day and a half wait,
oh,
like in the ER. So like the news is not playing. Like I mean, right now I think it's a lot better. But back then that was still like we wasn't even at the peak yet in New York. So like the wait time was like really what they said on the news. Like you was waiting for like a day, 2 days.
you're sitting there drinking water, eating snacks. That's it.
Not eating at all, just drinking water. Like first when I got into the ER, well, first off, the ambulance trip was like crazy. Like I called the ambulance and EMTs came in and I'm sitting down and I told them I was like, yo guys, like listen, like when I'm sitting down, I'm good. But as soon as I start moving, I wasn't eating nothing, so like that was a lot of weakness trying to walk,
Mhm.
and then the shortness of breath combined with that. And I told him I was like, the moment I start moving, I start coughing and whatnot, and like that walk from my door literally just to outside, and I live on the first floor, so it's not even that long,
Yeah.
but that felt like the longest walk of my life. And then just going up the little 3 steps to the inside the ambulance, legs just start shaking.
Damn. How does this feel? Like, how does this feel mentally? Like, were you scared? Or did you think that you might not make it, or were you confident that nah, I'm gonna
No,
be?
I never like the whole thing. I tried not to panic, so like I was like, okay, I'm feeling weak. I'm like, well, I haven't eaten anything solid in like a week, so that's obvious.
Yeah.
I was always trying to like reassure myself. Like even when the coughing started getting worse, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to the news and be like, yo, if you go in and you're not sure, then you're gonna get sick, like 100%.
You're right. Good point. Good point.
At,
Yeah.
at this point, I'm still thinking it was a bad flu that had like, and I was like, okay, maybe I got pneumonia because I'm like, I never had it before. But I'm like, I know that's what happens when you have a cold for too long.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, maybe I got that. So my whole time I was kind of like reassuring myself, I'm like, it's not COVID. It's not COVID. Because at that point, remember they were saying it was like a dry cough, fever. I'm like, well, I don't have a dry cough. I have like I'm coughing up mucus. I'm like, that's like a wet cough if anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't really have none of the those symptoms. So I'm like, it's just a flu or whatever. But like the moment I get in the ambulance and they hand me the oxygen, yo, I was like a kid who just had candy for the first time. Like
Oh, good.
I
Right?
was letting that mask go. Like like I immediately felt better.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that's what I needed because I was telling them that on the phone. I was like, yo, I feel like I need oxygen.
Yeah. You're not getting no
And
oxygen. Yeah.
yeah, and then when they gave it to me, like I literally felt better instantly.
Okay. Okay.
but like during the wait, during the ER, like that oxygen, like it wasn't even doing nothing at that point.
Oh, it started getting like you started getting used to it.
No, I mean like it's like the one they give you is like they call that a non-rebreather.
Okay, I think you're saying yeah.
But you know, if you listen to the news, you need that's not gonna help you. Like you need like pressurized oxygen.
Yeah, sure.
So where the ventilators come in.
Mhm.
I mean, I know you said you had pneumonia, so you know, like,
Mhm.
yeah,
To be honest, like I don't know the ins and outs of it because I was so out of it, bro. I was I didn't
yeah, so
know where I was. I didn't know what was going on. The whole thing is like a blur to me, to be completely honest. I'm saying,
yeah,
but yeah. So you get there, you wait. They have you waiting a day and a half. They finally see you. Like, does somebody come out and like test you, or somebody come out and
right, yeah. The first test was the EKG,
okay, see your
but
heart.
that didn't really show nothing because like my heart was still good. Then like 2 hours later, I got the X-ray,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when the doctor picked it up and he was like, "Yeah, you got pneumonia."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, that's I'm like, yo, I'd rather that than COVID. But he was like, no, he was like, told me straight up, he was like, yo, he's like, I'm about 60% sure you
Mm-hmm.
have the virus because he said everybody else who's coming in with the virus has pneumonia.
So it basically, from what I understand, it basically like gives you pneumonia, basically.
So when he told me that, I was just like, damn. Like he literally said he's 60% sure that I have it.
Yeah.
At that point, I already believed like, yo, I have it.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing that's running through my mind now is like, I literally felt lied to by the government because I'm like, you shut it down the 20th, but remember it said it takes like 2-3 weeks for symptoms to show.
Mm.
So that means like in the beginning of March or like the end of February, I had already contracted it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what took y'all so long to shut things down?
Yeah. Good point.
Because I'm like I'm still doing like the bouncing thing.
Yeah.
So the whole time I'm like searching people from like head to toe.
Yeah. It's easy to get it like that. Yeah.
Right. Ain't
Hey,
no social distancing like that.
that's an interesting fact because I was telling some other guys before, that most likely it's been in the U.S. months before we even shut everything down.
Yeah, it was.
Sure.
Because if you think about it, if it started in China like late November, early December, flights and stuff were still happening. So it
Yeah.
easily got over here to the United States within a month,
Right.
easily. So
I definitely believe that. I definitely believe it. And
Yeah.
okay,
So
from this point, did it get any worse? Did you feel any worse at all, or you got better from there?
So I told you like the oxygen just wasn't like feel like it wasn't hitting the same basically. Like I was like honestly I felt like it wasn't even on sometimes. I literally like took it off a couple times and like put my finger in front of the mask just to see, but it was just me getting worse.
Okay. Okay.
And then after that they came with the the test and then he shoved the stick all the way down my nose.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit is horrible. Like now they got swabs now, but
Test. Yeah.
yeah, so he came back the next day. He was like, "Yeah, you're positive."
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't even shocked at this point because I already believed I had it since yesterday.
You already was convinced that you had it anyways. Yeah.
Right. So now basically I'm waiting for a bed, and I had another doctor come and tell me he's like, we're gonna get you a room soon. He was like, yo, they're turning the pediatrics into ICU.
Wait. So you said that means till this point you haven't had a bed. You just been sitting down somewhere.
Yeah, when you in the ER and you have like the little curtain, and then you got someone else on the other side.
Uh,
Yeah, that's where you at. That's where you at.
okay.
But like when you get into the room, you see like the reason why you gotta wait is that all the equipment that they need for you, it can't fit in that small space.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
gotta wait for a bed.
I got lucky for some reason. Like I literally had a room to myself my whole stay.
Yeah, no, that's what they put me in later on.
So they put you in there. Cause I know a lot of people. They're in one of those section off rooms, and there's other people in there coughing and shit, and that's not that fun to be in. I'm saying, yeah,
Right. Yeah, but I mean, at this point, it's like most of us have it already, so it's like you can't do nothing. Yeah.
Let's see here.
if anything, it's the nurses and doctors that are like in the most danger.
It's it, it's a huge risk, bro. Like my sister's a nurse. My mom is a nurse at a nursing home, so they under risk every single day. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you got to work. Like somebody got to do it. Everybody can't just stay home, I guess. But
Yeah, but I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. There was a couple nurses that took care of me that I knew they had it. Like as soon as they left my room, I would hear some of them coughing.
yeah, for sure.
It's like me. Like,
Crazy. That's wild.
yeah.
That's wild. Hopefully they good too. Hopefully they good too.
Yeah. So when he told me that, like that's literally like what just kept me going. Like the whole time I'm just thinking like I just gotta wait this out. Cause he told me that like 9 hours ago.
Oh wow.
Like, yo, they was gonna give me a bed and all that, and they got a ventilator and all that. So that's just literally like what's just keeping me going. But the whole time it's like I couldn't sleep. All the noise there, and then like even when I was at home and the coughing started, like I really wasn't sleeping.
Like from my experience from ICU, like it's impossible for me to sleep. First of all, I was scared. To be honest, like I was scared if I go to sleep, I wasn't gonna
wake up. Yeah.
So that's always in the back of my mind because for me, like when I got there, I actually slipped I went into a coma. So
right.
I was literally sleeping for 5 days. So me waking up, it's like while you're in the coma, you feel like you're awake in sleep, but you're trying not to fall in sleep. It sounds crazy, but it's like even though I'm asleep, I'm still awake, and I'm trying not to like fade away. Like I feel myself fading away, and I'm trying to stay awake. So now that I'm actually awake, there's no way I'm gonna let myself fade into sleep because I'm like, that means I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? In my head, that's my logic. So I literally was up for another 5 days probably, and they kept telling me you have to sleep. That's how you like recover. I'm like, I'm sorry, like, I'm trying to sleep, I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a mind fuck. Like there's no way. It's so uncomfortable. It's not home. It's cold. It's just it's not a good place to sleep, bro. It's almost impossible.
I mean, for me, it was just like I was just coughing too consistently to even like try and sleep.
Okay, so you're gonna wake yourself up. Okay.
Yeah, and then like I had to like spit out the cold, so it was just like it was literally just 24/7. Like that's what I was doing when I was home.
Mm-hmm.
And then like one time I just got fed up and like I literally just got on the bed, tried to sleep, but not knowing I already had like full blown pneumonia. So like that pressure, like I tried to sleep on my side, started coughing. Tried to sleep on my right side, started coughing. Tried to sleep on my back, like that was the worst. Like that was when I got like my worst attack. Like this was still at home. I literally just got straight up, ran to the bathroom, started coughing in the sink for like about 3 minutes.
Damn.
And at that point, like I didn't have like a runny nose, but like during that time, my nose started running. So like I literally felt like that was my first time I felt like I was gonna die from that shit because I'm like I can't breathe through my mouth because I'm spitting up mucus, and now my nose is clogging up. So like I'm blowing my nose and coughing at the same time.
And then your lungs are full of fluid, so you can't get oxygen.
So like I'm and just trying to breathe, and then eventually I it turned to blood.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it was just a mixture of mucus and blood, and I was just like, damn.
Shit, yeah, that's wild. Like you might have to get like when all this is over, you might have to like get your blood work done, get like a echocardiogram just to make sure all your organs are good. Because when I had the pneumonia, it put so much pressure on my organs that my organs were starting to fail. Every single organ in my body was starting to fail. So obviously the numbers went back up after time, but you might have to check it just to make sure because that lack of oxygen takes a toll like your whole body. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, it's like people don't realize, you like you breathing right now.
Yeah.
Like you don't realize how important that is because the moment that gets interrupted, like you said, organs start to fail.
Yeah, yeah. At one point, my oxygen was like so low that I could have went like brain dead. You know what I'm saying? When I woke up, like my brain was foggy. Like after I left the hospital, my brain was foggy for like a month. Like I couldn't multitask. Like me talking to you right now, I couldn't like be on my phone and talk to somebody. Like it was my brain to the point that I was scared that I might stay like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember one side of the corner of both of my feet was numb, so I kept like tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't getting no oxygen circulation, so I kept like tripping over myself, and I couldn't like remember shit.
Yeah.
I'll be trying to text my
I'm gonna
client.
lie, during that time, that's when I felt like, yo, I wish I was lighter because
Yeah,
like the weight.
yeah, for sure. So you got like feedback.
That was one thing. But like, going back to like the it's funny because like the pneumonia, if you look up like the symptoms and all of that and like the precautions, it's literally the same as like right now for COVID-19.
Oh wow, it's like the same thing you feel.
Like and they tell you like the same way, to wear your gloves, and they tell you it's contagious and all of that.
Mhm.
It's just that this thing, the COVID just makes it like a lot faster.
Okay, okay.
So
Another question I want to ask, like, do you live with anybody? You live with any family or anything?
yeah, at that point, like my mom and my dad got sick. I didn't find that out until I got out.
I was thinking, I'm like, if you live with anybody, then they probably sick too, or they probably got sick too.
Yeah.
But they didn't
I
have.
ain't gonna lie, I was kind of glad I was still with somebody because that moment when I was calling the ambulance, dude, like trying to put on clothes and everything,
Yeah,
like I needed help with that.
sure,
Like
sure.
for like the first time in like 20 something years, like my mom had to help me get dressed like a little kid again.
Yeah, wow.
Cause like the whole standing up and putting your shirt over and pulling up your pants, like
Okay.
I was not getting enough oxygen to do that, man.
Yeah, there's no way that's
Like
happening.
I was literally sitting down in my chair and I had to slide my jeans up
That's wild.
because to me I automatically knew if I tried to get up and do it the normal way, I would have like passed out.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
Did parents show symptoms as well, or no?
Yeah, I mean I found that out when I got back. Like when I was getting out, like my dad couldn't even come pick me up because
Oh wow.
he was too sick.
Mhm.
The fever hit him real hard.
That's wild.
Like honestly, he was kind of like in a dementia mode.
Wow. How old is your dad? Is he like a lot older?
Yeah, he's on 74, so it's like
Shit. Yeah,
so like
that's not good.
yeah.
I don't have that.
I mean, he wasn't as bad as me because he didn't need to be in the hospital, but just being at that age
Mhm.
and like the fever was so high, like everybody who noticed him, like when they was calling in to check on him, it was like, yo, like he don't even sound the same. Like he was skipping words.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like he literally sounded like a kid sometimes when he was talking. Like a kid who was still learning how to speak.
Yeah, that's some wild shit.
Yeah, but not it's funny. Like not everybody had the same symptoms and all that because
It seems like everybody shows complete different symptoms. Some people
like,
have symptoms.
yeah, because like what happened to me, I thought that was gonna happen to everybody who contracted it, but that's not even the case. Like on my discharge papers, they gave you like some instructions, like or like a little like on the whole thing, and it straight up says on the paper that like 80% of people who contract it will actually overcome it.
Mm. That's
So
good.
the other 20% is the people who have like who catches pneumonia or you have like all those other underlying conditions like diabetes, asthma,
Yeah.
but you still like pneumonia is like the number one thing because I know someone right now who has asthma and they're not in the hospital. They're still breathing fine. So
So yeah,
like pneumonia is like the real like killer for that.
yeah, like if it
Like it's the real trigger.
okay, that's what you said.
But like the news, they like it's like they scaring everybody. Like I'm not gonna lie. When he told me I was positive for like 100%, I literally had that feeling like yo, like I might not make it.
Yeah, yeah, but
Not knowing that there's other people out there just going through like I would say like flu symptoms, but like times two. But they're still gonna pull through.
yeah, exactly.
But like the media, the way they portray it, it's like yo, you catch it, you dead.
Mhm.
It's not the case, man.
I feel like everybody who's died in the past 2 months, they automatically say that they're from COVID-19. Like it doesn't matter what you actually died from, but if you had it at any point, they're gonna say that's what you died from. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if it's unrelated. But okay, so back to the hospital. Like, when did you start getting better? Like, what was the peak of the how bad it got, and when did you start getting better?
Well, I mean, like the peak of it was like just waiting because in the ER there's no treatment.
Okay, so
Like they was coming with like Tylenol, and then they gave me that there's that one little pill that's for like malaria.
okay,
It's like hydroxy, some long fucking name, but that's the one for malaria
okay,
that they say was they thought was helping with the virus. And then just water.
yeah,
So like at that time, like I'm just sitting there, like that's another day added on, where like no treatment, I was just getting worse. And then finally the nurse came with the wheelchair to take me up to, because I told you I'm in Kings County Hospital,
Mhm.
and they had no more space, so they was converting the pediatrics into ICU.
yeah,
So that's where the nurse came with the wheelchair, come get me. And she didn't realize how weak I was. Like she had the wheelchair at the bed, like by my legs.
Mhm.
I'm like, I kind of needed to be like on my side, dude, because I can't even get up and walk that far.
yeah.
And then since we're moving, she had to unplug the oxygen. And that same oxygen that I thought wasn't doing much, as soon as she unplugged it, just started coughing.
Oh wow, yeah, you like fuck.
Yeah, um and then when I tried to like, as soon as I tried to like move, dude, like it just got coughing, just got started getting worse.
Mhm.
Like when I mean it was so bad, dude, like they gave me a bag to spit in, and like I couldn't even aim in that shit. I just like I kind of just started spitting everywhere because like I lost all aim, everything. I just wanted it out.
That's it. Oh yeah.
And
One
then
thing, one thing about the oxygen is like you said, you don't. It becomes like the new normal. Like once you get used to it, that's like normal. And now when they take it off, you feel like you can't breathe. And I
yeah,
remember they were trying to lower my oxygen like every I guess hour or something like that, and finally take it off. I didn't want that shit off. Like I'm like, yo, I don't know about this. Like I think I might have to just stay like this because I don't want to take this shit off.
I mean they do that because they want you to get better. Like you eventually you got to start breathing good on your own.
Yeah, you have to. But
Yeah,
it's not easy because when they first take it off, like it feels like a new world. You're like, yo, I don't know if I'm ready for this, and you just gotta go through it until you.
yeah. But what they were saying, like what other people were saying, like the governor over here, like his brother, he caught it too.
Yeah, Chris Cuomo.
Yeah, and I like what he said about how like it tries to like keep you down or make you lazy.
He's still
Because the
working.
whole, huh?
He's still working, right?
Yeah, I think he just got clear for quarantine. Like he's good to go back out in the public.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, it's just that I like what he said, like how it tries to keep you down, keep you lazy. Because the time that I was sitting there, I was feeling all right.
Mhm.
But then the time that I try to move, that's when you're like, yo, like this thing is still here and it's actually worse now. So that's why I call it like the silent killer.
It kind of
'Cause
gets you.
that's yeah. So then the other nurse finally realized how bad I was, so she put the wheelchair like right by my side.
Mhm.
And dude, just so I could roll. And just that roll, I'm gonna tell you, I started coughing from the ER all the way to the pediatric center.
Mhm.
I mean, like they're wheeling me up. We went to like 3 different elevators, like going upstairs, downstairs. I was just coughing the whole time, just from that little movement. When I was sitting there, I was quiet. I was good. I was on my phone a couple times, but the moment I moved,
That's
that
it.
shit just triggered everything. So then take me up to ICU, and then a couple hours later they come with the ventilator, and
That felt better. You
no
felt
hell no. At first, what yo? It's like
much pressure.
you know you know how they say like don't meet your heroes in person because they'll disappoint you.
Yeah.
That's what it was like because I'm thinking like, okay, this the mask that's gonna save me. I'm gonna start getting better now,
Mhm.
but not realizing that the ventilator and the non-rebreather is like way different. The ventilator is pressurized oxygen,
Mhm.
so it's blasting out.
Right.
So as soon as he said, yeah, this is the ventilator. He said, yo, this is what's saving people right now. Dude puts it this close to my face, and I immediately slapped it away. I just felt pain. I was like, yo, what the hell is that? He's like, yeah, this is the ventilator, man. And I'm like, okay, but why does it hurt? But that's still like the pneumonia in both lungs. Like what I was feeling is that like when he brought it closer to me, like yeah, I could feel like my lungs kind of expand from like the little oxygen I got. But every time that happened, I would always be holding my left side, like I just got stabbed or something.
It's uncomfortable. Yeah, it's uncomfortable as well.
Yeah, like it was just like too much pressure. And he's like, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. He's like, I tried to wear this, and he was like, I can't even wear this, but he was like, yo, you gotta wear it because this is what's gonna help you.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I was like, he was like, yo, it's either that or you get intubated. I'm like, intubate? I'm like, nah, you ain't cutting me open.
Nah, you don't want that. Definitely.
Yeah, you don't want that at all. So I'm like, all right, bring the mask back, man. So he comes with it, and then like what made me calm down was that like the mask doesn't work unless you breathe.
Yeah.
So like if you hold your breath, like it won't move.
It starts pumping.
Yeah.
Every time you breathe, you feel all that pressure come in.
Yeah, exactly. So that's when I was like, okay, I just gotta pace myself like with like every breath. So like even though it's there to help you, it's job is like what I was doing when he first put it on, I was like hyperventilating, and that just made it worse.
You want to make it so much worse. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like all that pressure coming in at like a high speed now.
Too fast. I also want to ask you, from watching the news or seeing like social media, what are some of the misconceptions you hear? Like things that you feel like are false or you feel like are exaggerated or under exaggerated, I guess.
Like what they under exaggerated was like the pneumonia part.
Okay.
Like that's what they should tell you. Like it was like, I mean, I kind of get why they couldn't really go into it much because you can't like self-diagnose yourself with pneumonia. You got to get an X-ray.
Yeah.
But that's what they should have said was like one of like the main like conditions.
Mm-hmm.
There are people rushing to the hospital just because they get a cough now, and
That's
they got like, and then that's like, they don't need that. You just wasting their time, and then you putting yourself at risk. You putting them at risk too. Like I'm gonna tell you, like going back to my discharge papers, like it's like the way they read the instructions, it's like real messed up. They're really telling you like, yo, straight up, don't come to us unless you have pneumonia or unless you have breathing problems. So they're literally telling everybody else to just like, don't waste our time.
The only people that should be like concerned are people that can't breathe, basically. If you have
or if like I know another.
I guess that's fair because a lot of people are gonna have itchy throats and stuff. So if they all go, that's not gonna be good.
Yeah. So I'm like, and then at the same time, it's like there's no vaccine, so you come into them with all these symptoms, you could breathe fine. So I'm like, what do you want them to do for you?
It's not like
there's no magic pill.
Yeah, they can't really do much for you.
Yeah. So that's one thing that needs to be like more clear.
Yeah, Henry.
Huh? Yeah.
Guy, any questions?
No, I was just gonna say that was a good point made, about the breathing issues. Because that's something you don't really hear about. At first a lot of people were scared, and like you said, they were just flooding to the hospitals because they had a cough for a little while. But I remember back in January, bro, like I got real sick too, and like I literally haven't been sick in like 15 years, probably since I was like 14. I'm about to be 30 now, so I had got sick. It could have possibly been the flu, but I remember, it was just like with your story, man. It started out as like a little sniffle, like my throat felt weird. Then like a couple hours later, I was coughing, and then I remember working that next day, and I felt bad. I had a headache. And then I got something to eat, but like right after that, man, like I just felt so bad. I had a headache, I had chills. I just went home and like, it was all downhill from there. I had the chills, I had the cough, congestions, and all that stuff. I could still breathe, but like when I would go up and down the stairs to go get something to eat, I would start coughing worse because I'm trying to breathe and stuff. And that lasted for 10 days, man. And I remember even after it was over for like a week after that, whenever I like would try to, walk fast or even like do a warm up on bench press, I could feel myself like wanting to cough, because I just couldn't breathe that well, man. I still had like that phlegm in my throat, but even though I wasn't coughing up much mucus, I think if it was corona, which it probably wasn't, who knows, my body fought it off pretty good. But I just thought it was weird I got sick, man, because I never get sick. So I figured it had to be something serious. But like you said, I could breathe fine for the most part. So it's not like I rushed to the hospital.
And you overcame it.
Yeah, right. So
honestly,
plus at that time, we heard about coronavirus in China, but we didn't think it was in the United States. But
we didn't take it serious. We didn't take it seriously at that time. It was kind of like, it's whatever. It's just China. Honestly, right. I really think most of us or all of us either had it already or have it right now or are going to have it. I think most of us aren't going to have serious symptoms. I think it's going to be similar to what you had. I don't get sick often, right? And around January, the same exact thing that you said happened to me. I thought it would like a sore throat a little bit. Then I got the sniffles. I'm like, okay, it's probably just like a little cold. And then it started off like a regular cold. And then eventually I felt like, I don't know if I had a fever or not, but I felt like shit. I'm the kind of person, I don't care how sick I am. I always go to work and I always get some workout in. It doesn't matter how I've been really sick. I've always done this way. Is it smart? I don't know, but I always do that. This was the first time that I was sick and I didn't work out and I didn't work. It's always I'm always forcing myself to work if I'm sick, but I couldn't work. You know what I'm saying? I was just couldn't get out of bed. And then usually when I'm sick, it might last me 3-4 days max, probably 3 days usually. This lasted me about 7 days. And then after that was over, I kept having phlegm, kept having coughs, all of that. And that's never happened to me before. So I know it wasn't a regular cold, whether it was the flu or whether it was COVID, I don't know. But from hearing this story, it makes me think that it might have been COVID, but everybody just kind of responds different to it. So whereas he got pneumonia, saying we might have just stopped a little bit short of that. You know what I'm saying? It probably didn't escalate as far. And I think a lot of people, I've talked to the guys at the gym, talked to my friends, a lot of people experience something similar to this. So I'm like convinced that a lot of us already had it and just experienced more mild symptoms. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hopefully that's true, and hopefully.
And again, I got one more question for John too. Like from the moment it started to when you got discharged, like up till now, like how long has it been?
It's been about like 2 weeks and like 3 days.
Okay. So yeah, when it happens, it really hits you then. Like it's no like, oh, I felt, I felt the cough for a week and then it turned into pneumonia a couple weeks later. So within the week, you was already at the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people they other people with other conditions, they died like within like 4 days, some of them. So
dang.
And I mean, you did say that you still feel it, which is crazy because if it's been 2.5 weeks and you still feel like the aftermath of it, obviously like the bulk of it has passed, but that tells you how bad it could be. Like you're young, you're healthy, and then 2.5 weeks later, you still have like some chest pains if you push yourself too far. So it sounds like no joke, man. It sounds like no joke.
Yeah, because you're a young dude. How old are you?
29.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like you're old and you're a powerlifter. You've been powerlifting for a while, I assume. So yeah, that's crazy, man. That's insane.
It's like literally like my arms are ready. It's just the chest, like my arms, legs. I'm ready to like work out. It's just that, that you can't ignore that pain. It's like
you don't want to ignore something like that. Yeah. Like I said, you might need to get checked up and make sure like COVID, make sure like all your organs and everything is running properly, so you don't like push your body harder than it.
I mean, they told me that like the last thing he showed me, this was real cool. Like it was like a sonogram video on his phone, like the doctor.
Yeah.
And he literally showed me all like the damn. I mean, I still don't know what I was completely looking at because I'm not a doctor, but he showed me the X-ray like through his phone, like on my chest, and he's like, "Yeah, that's gonna take about a month to clear up." So like really, that was just me kind of like testing myself. Cause you know when you a fitness dude, you know a doctor tell you a month, and you're like, yeah, I'm 2 weeks, bro. I ain't waiting for no month.
It's like it's something we have as like athletes in us that we can't just take it.
Doctor say, yo, you ain't gonna ever bench again. I'm like, what? Like, dude, next month I'm benching, dude. I want to hear that.
So okay, for me when I had the pneumonia, right? Like if you slip into a coma long enough, when you wake up, you can't walk. Like you can't walk, you can't do nothing.
That seems on like the walker.
Yeah. So I couldn't even stand up, and like that's the part you didn't see. I couldn't sit up, so I couldn't sit up. I couldn't stand up. I literally, I'll be like a newborn baby. You know how they sit down? They be like this.
Yeah.
That was me, and it was like.
I got pause you for a second because like my phone is about to die.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I mean, we could just wrap it up there for you. But do you want to shout out your social media? Anything?
It's Gord, like GORD_JHN35.
I'll put it in the description box. What you think about that, bro?
That was good, man. You know, I was just sitting back listening because, you know, I never had pneumonia or nothing. So I was just seeing, you know, I was just laid back here. I mean, you guys pretty much talked about everything I want to ask questions about. But
So, well, yeah, I wanted to ask him about like the powerlifting and stuff, but we could just have him back on. But I guess that's it. I didn't ask for no questions this week, but we already went on long enough, anyways.
Okay, but yeah, I felt like that was good. I also feel like, you know, with the powerlift, I mean, I feel like we could have touched on that before the Corona stuff because we talked about the bulk of what we want to talk about now. But yeah, that's crazy though, bro. I haven't talked to anybody that's had it. So
yeah, it sounds like scary. It sounds bad, but it also sounds like hopeful. You know what I'm saying? It's bad, but like you're gonna be out at the same time. I'm saying so. And I feel like he was really honest. He doesn't have an agenda, so he wasn't trying to make anybody scared. But at the same time, he's not trying to be like, "Oh, this is easy, it's nothing." I think he had a really good, unbiased opinion. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of people are like overly sensitive or like overly like, I don't care. But I feel like me on the same page. Like we'll never say it's not serious. Like we definitely believe it's serious. We also don't. Everybody's gonna drop dead and turn into zombies. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good to have an unbiased approach to this. Definitely, obviously, wash your hands. If you feel like you're sick, don't go around people. I ain't gonna be around public. I think crazy enough, and be safe, but don't being afraid is not gonna help you neither. Being overly afraid, so it's a good. Yeah, but I talked to the special guest that we gonna have next week. I don't want to say it yet, but he said he's down for Monday at 5 his time, which is also the same as he's on Eastern time. So I think both of you at the same time. So it would be 5 for both of y'all.
Okay. I'll keep you posted because I'm supposed to be starting this new job with GNC on Friday.
Let me know.
Huh?
Let me know. Just keep me posted.
Yeah. So if I have to close, I'll let you know. But if not, I'll probably have to do it before the shift or whatever.
Okay, yeah, just let me know. Cause I definitely want to have you on because I feel like you're gonna have some good questions for him, and he also knows you as well, so that's gonna be dope. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for that one. I want to have some more guests like that. But yo, congrats on your marriage, bro, and I'll see you next week.
All right, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Yep.